Welcome, trainers, to week 2 on the official PBF video channel. My name is Mike Neely. By my side this week, the other co-founder of the PBF, Jeremy Temple. Jeremy, say hi.
Hi everybody. It's interesting to see that in one video he's Michael, now he's Mike. I don't know if he's downgrading or just getting hip, but I think that's really setting the tone for what should be a very exciting battle.
Well, now that we've got that out of the way, to the Pokemon we go. On your left this game, Marcus Arnold on Showdown, Magikarpet Ride on the PBF, Andrew Arnold. And on the right, Zethy G on Showdown, Team Nohawk in the PBF, Seth Graham. Now, Jeremy, just quick overview of these teams. What do you think?
Yeah, before looking, I'm sorry, before the PBF really started, you had to look at the Squirtle Division within the Blue Conference, and you saw that it was going to be a very highly contested division. But I don't think anybody really expected the rise of Team Nohawk in comparison to Magikarpet Ride. Both teams is playing so well, and now that's really going to come to a head right here in this game. So I'm very excited to see how this one turns out.
Now, Jeremy, we're going to start off with two Pokemon who are very much leads. Scolipede and Infernape, nicknamed Afronape here, very clever. Who do you think is going to take the advantage?
Well, I think Skull a lead, if I may. It's probably going to Sword Stance up here while the.
Oh,
Wow.
a critical hit poison jab to lead off the battle. Very, we didn't see this move coming at all, and now Infernape is almost dead,
Yeah.
and Scolipede still gets off the free speed boost
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
has rocks to show for it.
I think Magikarpet Ride had that scouted. He was expecting either possibly the fake out or the stealth rock, so he just made a play for it. And now he's gonna get the kill there with the poison, gonna tick down. He's gonna get that Swords Dance and 2 speed boosts as well as a kill.
Wow, just great strategy by Marcus Arnold. You can tell that he really looked at the week in review videos and scouted Zethy G. Isn't that right, Jeremy?
Or he just made an educated guess and wanted to take a stab at it, if you will, with a poison jab. It's not really a stab, but
And here we see Mega Pinsir coming out. Now, do you think is there anything Scolipede can do against this Mega Pinsir? Will we see another poison jab?
well, you could. It's, I believe, neutral. He's got the Swords Dance, but the smarter play is the obvious baton pass.
Are you worried that no thought to Scolipede dying from Stealth Rocks next time he comes in?
Well, whenever you're really only going to get one opportunity to pass off a +2 attack or ×2 attack ×2 speed, and this was the perfect time.
Now, interesting that Mega Pinsir switches. Don't you think Quick Attack could have killed Talonflame there?
Yes, but Talonflame is quicker with the priority Brave Bird at this point, with the ×2 speed.
That's true. And now we see Talonflame roosting up, and now we have a Swords Dance double speed boosted Talonflame. Jeremy, this has to be hell for Zethy G
It's
right
going to be
now.
very difficult to come back from this, but if he can preserve that pincer and maybe force Talonflame to take some damage, although it doesn't have the Brave Bird.
And now we see a quick 2-0 lead for Magikarpet Ride as Dragalge comes in to try to stop the bleeding, and that's not going to work.
It does live with 3%. This could be a very pivotal time in the game, as he is going to take him down to 24%. He can't roost up here because he will not survive another surf, so he's got to just go for the acrobatics and the kill, and he now may be in range where Mamoswine may be able to come in here, survive a hit, and revenge kill.
Now, what would Mamoswine revenge kill with, Jeremy?
Oh, you got the Icicle Crash. I don't think an Ice Shard will kill, but I think we're about to find out. He's not going to be faster. I'm going to guess he's going to go for the Icicle Crash. I think he's going to survive. He goes for the Ice Shard.
Ice Shard kills
In
the neutral Ice Shard, and Talonflame obviously going for the Flare Blitz there.
Right, which is an interesting play because of the thick fat. It may still have been a kill. I'm not entirely sure.
And
But
here we see the crux of Magikarpet Ride. Ninetales setting up Sunny Day. Jeremy, we've seen this Sunny Day team be lethal in the past.
we have, and there's the thick fat coming into play. A flamethrower in the sun did nothing, but the burn is going to hurt.
As we see Mamoswine's Earthquake losing half of its power, with making it not enough to kill Ninetales.
Now, it's going to be interesting what Ninetales does here. I think it no one on Marcus's
Oh, and
team.
the Ice Shard
Oh,
doesn't kill it either. Ninetales gets a free turn here.
wow.
Are we going to see the Solar Beam?
We're gonna see the
No,
rest.
rest up.
It
Rest up. And the Solar, even though the Solar Beam would be neutral and not be affected by Mamoswine's Thick Fat.
right now, the only person on Magikarp Ride's team that really wants to take an Earthquake is that Executor.
Or possibly just switch in Scolipede and have them miss the Earthquake, but then you do have to worry about that. Oh, we
Oh,
get a crit!
Sleep Talk not only hits the right move, but a
Wow.
critical hit. And the burn should take out Mamoswine this turn.
Everything is coming up Magikarpet Ride right now, as he's about to take a 5-2 lead. Jeremy, what can Nohawk possibly do to stop the bleeding?
I mean, you've got to rely on the Mega Pincer. That's what he's relied on this whole time. But his ideal strategy is to weaken the team and then bring in the Mega Pincer. But now he's got absolutely no choice. He's got to bank, possibly on Swords Dancing here, and bank that the Flamethrower isn't what the Sleep Talk selects.
And good to see some good sportsmanship going on in the chat right now. Magikarpet Ride getting poetic on us, and Zethy G appreciating it. As we see a roar come out of Sleep Talk. If that flamethrower would have hit Jeremy, that could have been the end of the game.
That could have been the end of the game. But speaking of the game, in comes Kingdra.
Now, Kingdra, oh, Ninetales switching out before waking up. That could come into play later in the game.
Could come into play later.
Switching in for the type coverage and Exeggutor. Let's see, probably see a Surf coming from Kingdra.
Either that or a Hydro Pump or a Rain Dance. An interesting counter.
Now, this may weaken Magikarpet Ride severely, as Ninetales, Houndoom, and Venusaur will all be affected by the Rain Dance.
Right, and it's possible that the Kingdra has Swift Swim. I think maybe. I'm not entirely sure. But you got to believe that Ninetales is going to come right in after this and get that sun back up.
And that's 2 harvests in a row for Exeggutor. Magikarpet Ride is getting all of the luck right now. The game is toxic. Kingdra can only stay in there for so long, and Exeggutor is just happy to stall right now.
Yeah, Magikarpet Ride's really got him in the vice grip right now. I mean, if he can get rid of this Kingdra, maybe only suffering 1 loss here of an Exeggutor, I think he's perfectly fine with that, because then he has 4 guys to deal with that Pinsir. But of those 4 guys, I don't know if any of them can take a quick attack.
And there's really just 3 guys, because Scolipede will die on the switch-in.
That's a good point.
And Ninetales still asleep. Oh, the Ice Beam hits. Jeremy, with Scolipede essentially out, we have a 3-2 game now.
We do have a 3-2 game, but the sun is back up.
The sun is back up, but the game can just rain dance whenever, and Magikarpet Ride can't stop it anymore.
That is true, but if he wastes a turn rain dancing, that's some damage and additional toxic. He can't rain dance.
What would you do if you were Sethy G in this situation, Jeremy? As we see Venusaur going for the easy Giga Drain.
You gotta go for brute force here. You gotta do as much damage as you can, unless you want to.
And he sets up the rain dance in a bold play.
No, it's probably a smarter play than what I was saying. I admit that I was wrong. I completely forgot that you have the Chlorophyll Venusaur that you absolutely need to get rid of.
So now Kingdra is obviously faster. How hard is this Ice Beam gonna hit? Not hard enough, you would think, as Venusaur is just gonna heal up from the Giga Drain. Oh, Sludge Bomb. Okay.
Sludge Bomb's going to take him out.
That works too.
Mega Pinsir now in perfect shape. This could be a brand new game right now. It's basically Mega Pinsir versus, well, a full health Houndoom. I don't think it's going to take a quick attack. And 3 guys who are at, difficult health here.
Scolipede is essentially dead, and now Mega Pinsir has type coverage over Venusaur and Exeggutor. Jeremy, do you think we can see the comeback sweep by Pinsir, and we see the first step as he takes out Venusaur?
Well, you got Venusaur down, Scolipede's going down. It's going to be interesting to see, but I think we're going to have to find out in part 2 of our video. Unless you want to do this again, because I remember you had to do a couple takes of this one.
Well, with that in mind, we will pause right now as Scolipede switches into Stealth Rocks, and we will switch over to part 2 of the video, which you won't notice because of the magic of editing. Like we never left.
Yeah, and I hope we don't have to do one take of this one.
And so as we come back to the game, Pinsir, in the middle of a epic comeback for the ages, He was down 4-1 at this point, and now it's 2-1.
Executor's not going to take the return here.
He's gonna. We have to expect no protect from the Executor, and he took Jeremy. It is Houndoom versus Mega Pinsir.
The Stealth Rocks are
in the rain.
Play.
The Stealth Rocks are gonna hurt Jeremy. Mega Pinsir might take this one.
I think Mega Pinsir is absolutely gonna take this one. Maybe Houndoom had a Focus Sash. Doesn't matter. He's Mega. He didn't have a Focus Sash. I was just playing with you. He's not going to take this return very well.
And it was an earthquake! And Mega Pinsir completes the late game 4-1 sweep. Seth Graham, a.k.a. Team Nohawk, snatching victory out of the jaws of defeat thanks to Dick Pinch, a.k.a. Mega Pinsir. Jeremy, your thoughts on that epic battle?
Well, we just got to hand it to, I guess he's Seth Nohawk now, on just, remaining cool, calm, and making just the fantastic play to get that Kingdra on the rain dance when I said he shouldn't have rain danced, which I admit that I'm completely wrong. It's a very good play. You prevented Venusaur from, outspeeding, and it was just, the comeback really was just a two Pokemon effort from Kingdra and Pinsir, and it was just very well done, well thought out, and very well played.
I'll be surprised if the next time these two play isn't another game of the week. These two are going to fight it out not only for the division lead all season, but also for the conference lead. Jeremy, you have to put these two at the top as favorites to win it all, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's kind of a shame that these two aren't in separate conferences because, you'd love to see maybe a 3-game series, 4-game, 5-game, I don't know however many series our playoffs are. We'll get to that when we get there. You'd love to see these two kind of duke it out in a 5 or 7-game series,
I would love to see that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how next time Magikarpet Ride really prepares for the Pinsir.
That's true. Possibly bring some Stealth Rocks of his own to do with
Yeah, maybe some Stealth Rocks of his own. I'm not exactly sure what kind of walls he has on the roster, but Executor is not really going to put a damper on Pinsir.
That's true. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can expect this type of hard-hitting action from the PBF official video stream every week. This wraps up week 2. Come back again for week 3. I will be here. Can't tell you who will be sitting in the seat next to me. You can find out with us. As we leave, Jeremy, is there anything you want to say as a final goodbye?
Yeah, I just just like, comment, subscribe, and leave nice little comments.
All right, Jeremy, thanks a lot. And join us next week on the PBF official video stream when we come back to you with week 3 action.